Hello again there, friends and fans. Raptor here, and welcome back to Foundation. It is the beginning of the end game as our nation has grown, our kingdom has grown immensely, and we're now finishing up a large church. I just, as you know, we've previously had to upgrade these churches before. Hold on a second, I know some of you are triggered. Oh, yeah, the bell towers are off, but interestingly enough, it's the ground that's uneven, and so for whatever reason I can't, like, you know, it kind of works in notches, so I can't make the bell towers perfectly even. But that's fine, nothing's perfect in this world, not even me. I know, as much as I'd hope, it's not true. But you guys are the perfect audience, so thank you very much for clicking and tapping that subscribe button, the like button, and the join button throughout the whole series. You all have been absolutely fantastic, and so is our wonderful kingdom, because we have our troops going out on missions now. They're actually succeeding. I've had quite a few battles that have actually won, except for our first one where we were absolutely demolished. But all of the other ones from there on out have been going really well, and they've been very, very difficult campaigns too. It's said that it's been difficult, but, well, we've been doing great things in the meantime. All right, today we begin the end game, like I mentioned, and we're going to start building our monastery. Now that we've finished the church, check this out too, by the way. I'm building a little rustic church over here too to kind of be like a graveyard. It looks really nice. It looks really wonderful. So we need to unlock the remaining things here, including the monastery and a few other things. All done now, so everything in the game has been unlocked, so we don't need to do the envoy anymore. Looks like we can also unlock some more stuff with the trade bonus, but alright, I guess we'll start doing that now to get a little bit of a booster. I guess it's a temporary thing, but that's totally fine. So let's see, we've got no people joining our village as our happiness kind of dipped a bit. I had to delete the old church and I moved it over here. Look at all those homes. Things are going really well now. So the clothing issue is being resolved by producing more wool. Finally, we have enough people to where we need to provide more clothing. So we'll be producing some more of that as soon as those buildings are constructed. We have some more weavers and tailors going on, so that should be resolved soon. And then, of course, housing will be resolved as soon as more people actually move into their homes. All right, we're going to build another church over there to accommodate the remaining people, so that should resolve the religion issue, and then should just be down to houses, I suppose, whenever these people make them. I've also approved some more construction up here for homes, but we'll see how it happens in time. So everything else is going really well. I want to focus on building our... I'd like to build the monastery today, but I'm going to try to get some other stuff done with the brewery and accommodating everybody's needs. But it's kind of at the point where we're so tucked in here that I need to do it little by little. We also want to build the tavern too, and we might build the tavern, well, I guess the only spot to put it is kind of right here in the middle by the church, which is totally fine. It's kind of more like the new town center just north of there, so that'll be fine. But before we build a tavern, we need to get some things down in order to get people making some brewskis. So we're going to start with our wonderful hop farm today. We're going to hop to it then and making some wonderful hops around here. We can also export beer, so that should be just fine. And I'm going to grow our hops on the side of this cliff, I guess. That'll look nice. Let's go ahead and stop the extraction of these trees and everything else. Wonderful. All right, it's going so good so far. I love it. All right, there's also some rocks there to mine, but we have plenty of that going on. Oh, good. Looks like the envoy... Oh, he's leaving. That's all right. We can do that anytime. But there's a new military mission available. So as you see here, some of our troops are going through training. They have to kind of renew their training every so often. And the training dummies actually do train them. I wish it kind of explained a little bit more how that works. So essentially, the longer you have your troops, the more training that they'll do. They'll go from partially trained to mostly trained to fully trained. And then that's when you can send everybody out on missions. And it's just kind of best to do like a whole group at once to make absolutely sure that you don't fail it and to bring back a minimal amount of wounded troops. The more troops that you have, it's less likely that they are to be wounded. And then, of course, they first have to be healed, then retrained, and so it helps you to do more military missions. Okay. Well, happiness is going up again. That's fantastic. We got ourselves the little church here being finished. We'll just kind of consider that as the house for the graveyard keeper there. And that should be just fine. Really looks nice. One of the best churches I think I've ever made. And it really looks good, I think, considering that this wall section, this roof is a little lower too. Oh, it was such a pain to actually get it in here. I wonder if I could actually edit that. Although I don't want to do that because then they can't use it. But that's fine. We'll just kind of consider it the imperfect church for the perfect kingdom. So if you're triggered, we'll have a whole moment of silence for you. There you go. All right, perfect. Okay, the tailor's workshop is done. That's great. Now we can start assigning people to work here to make some more clothing for us, as well as get some more fabric made. Although I think we have plenty of fabric, just not enough people making clothes. So we'll probably end up making more tailors. I'm also importing clothes, too. So we'll try to create as many clothes as we can here. Might end up making another tailor's workshop, too, just to see if we can accommodate all of the people's needs. So you can see I made a really cool road here, by the way, going up to the top of the mountain with our brick walls. I've added a lot of stone walls, I should say. Not too many. I know you guys don't like it when I make too many, but I made a few and kind of decorated some nice places. And eventually we'll make this our fortress. I don't think the game long ago had castles. I don't think it does. But one thing I found, by the way, is if we go to this monument section for stone bridges, I can actually make like a gate here. Unfortunately, if I place the gate here, nobody does construction on it. I can place it, and I can start construction, but it never actually gets built. So that'd be a perfect little mod or something like that for me to download eventually. And we're going to build our bridge here any moment. We've got a bridge started where I'm going to approve the construction at some point, and then we're going to, I haven't modified it or anything, it's on pause, so we'll go ahead and add some stuff to that later on as soon as we're ready to build on the final island. If not, I'll find some mods or something like that so we can build a cool castle if you'd like to see it. So continue to support the series and smash like if you'd like me to do a full build on that. Alright, we're going to see 2 hops farms go up soon, so let's also build ourselves a brewery. So that way we can make some brewskis, brah. And then once we're producing beer, we can start exporting some of it, and then also consuming some of it at the tavern. I don't think I've ever built a tavern before, so that's going to be fun. And then we'll build a cooperage, and I think we actually need to make a... I think the wine can actually be made at the monastery itself. So they grow the vineyards, and then I think they also make it themselves. I can't quite recall, but we'll get to it eventually. So let's go for our... Let's see, is it the brewery? What are we looking for? Brewery. Is it down here? There it is. And we're also making weapons, too. Ooh, I like this. I like how this building looks. That's really cool. Well, that's a perfect building for this section like this. Oh, yeah, I'm going to put the brewski up here. There we go. Yeah, this will be nice right up here like this. Beautiful. Okay, so, and then I can make some fences and things there to kind of keep people out of the hops field and separate the field from the rest of the town, since nobody really needs to be in the fields unless they work there. And one proud moment, too, by the way, that I had is the fact that we've got all of our weapons training and stuff going on here next to the weaponsmith. And I don't have anybody working there yet. We're just importing. But eventually we can export, and that'll be fine. All right, happiness will bounce back and forth as they're recovering from the lack of a church for a long time. But most importantly, the clothing, which we're making active adjustments to. So that should all be good. So major construction projects should be complete. Is this done, too? Let's see, general. Is the church open? Oh, it looks like it has room for 30 more people. So we really shouldn't have anybody lacking faith at the moment. Looks like people are making it there, 1 out of 30. And they should be making it to this church, 62 out of 63. Good. And then also, that's good overflow, by the way. And then also this church at 26 out of 65. So all villages have some sort of capacity for people to go and have their needs met. So it looks like that's reducing. Good. And we'll work on clothes next. Speaking of which, you can check out my Teespring store down below in the comments or in the description if you'd like to get yourself a shirt. I guess it's a good time to bring that up. I need to get some new stuff. It'd be cool to add some new stuff soon. Okay, well, we're going to make our brewery, or rather our tavern here, and then the brewery can also export some stuff. That'll be fun. And then I think I might be able to build another warehouse here, but I like leaving that for grazing ground for the sheep. So that's really nice. Oh, this looks beautiful. This is really one of the most gorgeous worlds I think I've ever made. It's really nice. And we don't even have to expand any further, really. It just looks nice. All right, as soon as happiness increases and some of our other needs, we'll have more people join us. Unless there's a population cap at 175. I haven't seen it increase. Happiness is still pretty good there. And homes are being built like no tomorrow. Or at least they were for a while, especially that huge addition over here. And as you remember from some of our earlier episodes, a lot of the people were moving in here, and now we got a lot of homes there, so it's really good. Okay, well, let's go ahead and wait for the brewery and a few other things to complete, and then we'll add some houses there. And I think what we'll do is maybe we'll get rid of the soldiers and going on missions, and then we'll just have them work in our town. We can promote people to citizens. I don't know exactly what that does. Generate extra revenue from their new needs. Oh, I see. It makes everybody have new needs. Well, we don't need any of that. Although the new needs has made it so that way people are consuming clothing a lot faster. Other than that, everything else is looking good. Cheese is kind of a little extra thing. We got a lot of extra bread, too. But I'm not seeing anybody really having any problems with food, so that's good. Let's go on one more military mission. Let's go on an extremely difficult mission. Yeah, let's go on that one and kick butt. All right, we're going to go ahead and send our troops out. Let's go ahead and go to the military accepted missions tab. We'll put every one of our soldiers on the line. Let's see how they succeed. Wow, would you look at that? This extremely difficult mission is going to be extremely successful for our soldiers. Look at that. Success probability is at extreme. Go, baby. This will be our last mission, and then we're going to bring everyone back so that way we can... looks like we got to finish up a few other things. Then we're going to get everyone focused on making clothing and whatnot. We're going to stop all this war and start producing profits. That's going to be more important for us. You do get some pretty good stuff for going to war in terms of like bringing back a lot of bonus stuff like jewelry and other items, but it's not really like worth it 100%. Let's buy some territories here. There we go. We'll buy the rest of the land needed for our fortress island. And we'll spend some more cash there when the time comes. All right, so after this last mission, we're going to take all those 10 people. They're going to be our military veterans. They're going to retire to a lovely life of being tailors and just kind of relaxing, enjoying their remaining days after days of war. 17 people still lacking homes. My goodness. Although, that's misleading. 18 villagers lack space for housing, and then here it says 4 villagers lacking housing. That's strange. A lot of weird, misleading stuff, but we do have plenty of land marked for living over here. As you can see, let's take a look here at the desirability for residential. I mean, it's something. More wells as they are made will increase the desirability of this area. And this maybe could be our... we'll wall this all off when we're all done. That'll make it a lot easier to build. And then that'll be for our... that'll be anybody who slams the join button. Our citizens, our highly valued citizens. There's also, civilian... or what is it? Commoners, right? Soldiers and serfs. Those are the other types of tiers. So eventually we'll retire our soldiers, and we'll get them back towards making some clothing so we can get that happiness back up to the big hundo. Otherwise, not really a big issue with a little bit of lack of housing. Oh, there we go. Now it says 4, and here it says 2. Still misleading, but whatever. It's contradictory, so how do you know to listen to? It's all good. Not a big deal. All right, let's turn off this and the painting. Excellent. Well, regardless, I really don't matter. It doesn't matter too much to me about the functionality of the town, so much as it looks beautiful. I do like looking at it. It's a gorgeous game to kind of peek at from the mountaintops or something like that. Eventually, I'll be making some more towers and some other things, too, along here, and we might even move our manor. Though it kind of looks nice outside the wall. It kind of seems like the town hall, just at the gates of the actual, like gates of the kingdom. All right, things are looking really nice. Very good. Happiness is good. Everything's going really well. Looks like cheese is a little low. Bread is a little low. But I think we have more than enough to import. Oh, well, we have so many berries. Good thing in this game, if you run out of cheese, flip it over to berries, and it's just fine. You can switch over to bread for a while, or fish, or what have you. Let's switch over to berries for a bit. There we go. We'll use some of that, build up our bread supply, and then we'll switch back again. There we go. We get less money from berries, but it's just fine. Because our military campaign is going to certainly bring in a lot of cash. Oh, good. Now we just need to really focus on the... let's focus on the housing issue. No, the clothing issue. Then I want to get some more influence under labor. So let's do that. Assist the people, deliver those berries. And we'll go for a trade bonus, bringing in some extra cash. Or what have you. Good, and it looks like the hops farms are nearing completion. They're about the halfway point. Just need some more stone and some other stuff. Good. There we go. All right, we're going to keep getting warnings about all these people being homeless, but yeah, it seems like nobody's... I think it actually might be the level of housing, so they need to upgrade their homes, I think. Let's see. High potential of success. I'm going to add some more wells and such to increase the desirability of some of these areas. That might help us out. There we go. We want some of these homes to upgrade and keep everything nice. So let's add some cute little decorations here and there. There we go. And we'll add some over here, too. All right. So oh, actually, according to this is all good now. So let's focus on the clothing next. We got all these crazy nudists here. So we are making clothing. We need some more people then to convert wool into cloth. It looks like there's a lot of clothes sitting here too, so we need more people to transport stuff back. So let's get rid of some of this. And let's convert some of it to clothing and to wool. So that way we can have our tailors come up here. Not too far away. Very nice. Well, at least the happiness is increasing. So we'll fix our nudist colony issue soon. And hopefully new homes can be constructed up here soon as well. Alright, oh, you know what I'm going to do is decorate a little bit too. I like doing that. There we go. And this should hopefully prompt some villagers to build their house up here. Another thing you can do is if you add a marketplace up here, that'll also get them interested in moving. So let's build a few food stalls. There we go. So this will be like our inner circle, our inner sanctum. Put a few goods up here. And then eventually we can start providing our people with things like wine and whatnot. And that'll be just fine. There we go, that looks fine. Alright, nice. And houses are upgrading. Good, so hopefully that fixes that problem. Good, good, very good. How are we doing on attendance here? 30 out of 30? Wow, everybody's got a spot here at the church. Beautiful. And houses are upgrading. Good, very good. Excellent. Alright, so we need to go on our last F.A.Q military mission. Money's coming in. Hopefully we can get clothing from the large military conquest. Hopefully we raid a Old Navy or something like that and get some pants. That'd be good. Pants are important. Uh-oh, success probability low. My lord, we are victorious again. Oh, I don't... let's see, 100% chances gold. 80% chances of a unique reward. But it's low that will succeed. Let's bring our troops on back. Come on back. I don't need to add any more deaths to Raptoria. Plus, I think the unique reward is something like jewelry or something that you really can't do anything with in the moment. So we'll give that a shot later. Soldiers were victorious, and they're back from their mission. Congratulations, they did it. Glory to Raptoria. Excellent. All right, let's go ahead and get rid of these people on the soldier jobs. You guys did a fantastic job. Of course, there's more benefits to doing that, but let's get rid of the 8 that are assigned there. And let's assign them to some other jobs now. So let's get somebody working as a weaver. Good. Oh, actually, that takes 2. There we go. Then we should have some more clothing being made. I know we assigned another weaver around here somewhere. I'll have to find out where I put that third building. 1. We'll find it eventually. It's got to be around here somewhere. Ah, we'll have them become hops farmers, too. Good. Let's paint some crop fields for these guys. And I'm not exactly sure how big this has to be. Ah, look at that. Wow, our people brought back a lot of great stuff. Bread, iron, wine. Good. That was definitely worth it. Good job, everybody. Glory to Raptoria. Wow, that's a pretty good spot there to start on. Okay, let's do some hops over here. I'm assuming the brewery also will need water, so we could probably build a well nearby. And we'll let those two figure out where they're going to put their crops. And we'll organize that later. And then the brewery, yes, it does require water, according to that. So let's build a well nearby. Just out front, I suppose. Or maybe out back. That'll do. Good. And now we've got one villager lacking housing. Now we just need the rest to get closed. And it looks like, what the... These are houses? What? What? Wait a minute, these all look like little wood shacks. I've never seen this before. Well, looks like we got houses being made. Maybe they're going immediately for... Yeah, they're supposed to look a little different than that, but okay, that's fine. That'll take care of the housing issue. And hopefully more people join us soon. We're down to 73. Sometimes I don't know if death is a thing in this game. I don't know if they die from natural causes over time, or if they just leave. Well, things are looking good. Let's check our workplace list to make sure everything's looking good. Woodcutters are fine. Miners are fine. We'll add some more transporters. We don't have anything really going on in terms of the woodworking right now, or the iron mines, so that's totally fine. So the brewery is complete. Let's go ahead and get rid of one of our miners. I was just gathering iron, but it just seems so much easier to import it by the neighbors rather than going through all that labor process. Ah, good. We have one brewer. Excellent. Very good. It'll take a little while. What else do they need to make this? Ah, okay, so they also need wheat. So wheat and hops and water will make the beer. Every game's a little different. Sometimes you need to also provide firewood or whatever so it can be brewed or whatever. Okay, well that's totally fine. So now we can provide all the goods over here. And we should have we should probably build a granary nearby, but we can assign one of them to bring that stuff over. And we'll have to start building our tavern. But, let's see. Is everything else okay? Looks like clothing is coming in. Oh, yeah, and immediately being consumed. So that number should go down soon. It's at nearly 100, but it eventually will drop. And happiness should skyrocket up to 90. Well, let's get to today's business, which should be building our monastery. That's a lot of fun to build. And also takes up a ton of resources and whatnot. But let's pause and let's go ahead and plan this thing out a little bit. So a monastery requires quite a few... Oh, wow, there's a lot more options here than when I last played. Vineyard, winery, apiary for producing honey from bees. Lots of extensions, lots of abbey options. Oh, this is nice. And usually monasteries are kind of built on a cliffside, so this one will definitely look like a monastery as well. I think we should build it this way. Yeah, let's make it go this way. And we'll make it along the cliff here. And let's see if we can actually make it very long. Ah, very nice, yes. Oh, but it doesn't seem to even out. Well, let's do this. We'll grab these sections here and see if we can raise them up. There we go. So we can make them kind of even. As you see, the landscape there makes it off a little bit. So I can't, as I tried to do previously with those church bell towers, seems like it's going to be off just by a hair. If I try to disable the snap, it still snaps, you see. So toggle building part snap. Doesn't seem like there's a way to undo the snap on the top. But that's fine. We'll try to get it as close as possible. Nothing will be perfect. But it'll be close. Okay, there we are. Snap that in there as well. And one more section. You know, actually, maybe we should add an end section here. Oh, maybe... Oh, we can add extensions down here if we want. Ooh, look, you can see some of the bottoms of the abbey there. Uh-oh. We'll cover all that up. Let's see. Can we add one more? Oh. I like these extensions. These are nice. Well, we can make these come out to the sides. We've got part snap enabled. There we go. And can we make this go down? Jeez. This is a lot more cumbersome to navigate than I remember. Oh, it can't go any lower than that? It's got to go up high? Well, that doesn't look right. Huh. Alright. Let's actually rotate this one. There we go. We'll make this part towards the end. There we go. Alright, so like I said, it'll be off a little bit, but we'll make it look good when we're done. Alright, let's add a door. Ah, down there's a good section for that. Perfect. And we'll add some extensions. And we're going to have to make our vineyard like over here somewhere. Oh, very good. Oh, yes, we have all of these. Yes, excellent. Unfortunately, I don't think I can make these any lower. Let's see what we can do here. Alright, so yeah, since we're building on elevated land, we can't really... A monastery usually is like a long building like that with a kind of a walkway around with maybe a garden or something along those lines in the middle, which is why the decorative bush is there. Oh, we can also grow herbs here too, which I believe we can export for extra cash, which is nice. Let's see if we can make it this way. Looks like we can do it that way. We can't face it out. Is there an outward turn? Ah, we have a tower here. And that doesn't link up perfectly either. I wish it did. Some of these parts are a pain in the neck. And I'd like to make the turn outside, not inside here. Looks like I can't do that exactly the way I want. Yeah, what I want to do is just make it like this, out that way. But it looks like some of our parts are lacking. This is an awfully large monastery, to be honest. Oh, boy. Alright, well, this is going to be our prototype. I don't think this is going to be a final. So I'm just going to kind of get a feel for what the mountain looks like and how it all comes out to be. In fact, we could do a small monastery here and then have our vineyard there. So let's give that a shot. Since it's not cooperating with us very nice there. It's totally fine. All part of the fun is figuring out what fits. Oh, Monastery B is nice. Alright, let's build this here. Ah, there we are. Trying to build something like from, you know, the Uncharted series. Some old monastery on a cliff. It looks very dangerous. I want danger in my monastery. There we are. Ooh. There we go. We're getting a little closer to being perfect. That looks okay. All right, let's add a door to this. Nice. Now we can add some extensions to the side. Okay, that looks better. Don't mind that at all. Maybe we can add an extension to the backside. Ah, that's wonderful. That looks much better there. Okay, that's good. Well, we're going to have to make this custom with the landscape. Otherwise, I've seen many a monastery before, and I've seen some amazing monasteries in this game. And, of course, you're kind of limited by whether or not things connect correctly. But we could try to make like a... Ah, this looks good. All right, we'll kind of tuck something in here. Very nice. Now, we can make the monastery several sections, too, so we don't have to make it all one section. In other words, we can build a monastery here and then there and make it all look like one facility. Let's add, of course, the obligatory cross to the top. Good. Then maybe we can add a tower for the entrance. That would be nice. Kind of an ye old gate to greet people. Let's see. Ah, that's perfect right there. Excellent. Then maybe I can add some more extensions to this. Ah, look at that. Oh, this is great. Okay, this is much better here. I do like this. I wonder if I can add a abbey to that. Well, we're taking up valuable real estate for the vineyard and such, so let's not make it too crazy. Don't get too crazy there, Dino Man. Let's add a door here if we can. Nope. Okay, we can't add a door or anything there. We can add an extension here. Actually, let's add it to this side. Yeah, there we go. Cool, now that's looking much better. I like that much better. Very, very nice. And I'd like to add some other things, but it all depends on whether or not it'll let us connect. Man, imagine if we could make an ancient walkway on this side. Beautiful. Let's see if we can add something like this. Aha. Oh, I wish we could make it so people could look outside, though. Although it won't let us do that, given the fact that some of these parts are only limited to looking on the inside. But there's a back piece here. Although that looks dangerous, doesn't it? Well, we might be able to do this instead. Oh, boy. Well, I'll have to fiddle with it to make it perfect. But I would like to know what your ideas are in terms of making the monastery look very just beautiful. So if you have any ideas to share, please do. We can make a tower here. Ah, that's going to look nice. Oh, maybe we can throw some windows on that. I don't know. Oh, that looks good. There we go. Oh, uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, boy. All right, we might be able to put something underneath here to hide that. There we go. That'll do, I suppose. Well, that looks cool. All right, that's a good custom start, I'd say, for our own little abbey. It's not going to be perfect. Nothing ever is, but it's close, and that's what matters most sometimes. Close matters most. think that's a word. All right, guys, that is it for today's episode. Thank you very much for joining me. I'm far from finished on this project, obviously. So thank you very much for smashing like and hanging out with me and giving me all sorts of lovely support. You were all fantastic, so I thank you as always for your support. And I hope to see you all next time. Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye now.